I'm Mandy from Mandyleeplays, and you guys know I'm a huge JRPG/RPG fan on this channel. That's pretty much what I do on this channel. I love it. I love the games. I love just the culture. I love RPGs and JRPGs. But with that being said, there are things in these games that I don't like, and not every genre is perfect. So in this video, I'm going to tell you guys my top 5 things I don't like about JRPGs/RPGs. So number 1 on this list is multiple endings/true endings. This has been a trend for a long time in JRPGs, and I really don't like it. Now, true endings are never a bad thing, but some of them are so obscure that it's very hard to see it in your first playthrough or without opening a wiki or anybody telling you what's up, because it's just so obscure and so dumb. Now, for example, if you have to do a certain kind of thing very early on in the game that you don't even realize if there's any endings, and you actually do it and it does impact if you get a true ending or another ending, that is BS to me, because it's obscure, number 1. Number 2, it's very early on in the game. And number 3, when you have to consult a wiki on what you did wrong because you thought everything you did was, right, and you get a bad ending, and it's because you missed something in the early chapters, it really stings, especially for those longer games, because JRPGs and RPGs are not short. They're not. There are very, very thick games with a lot of plot going on for it. So this is not like those shorter games or anything where they have to have replay value to have value. JRPGs have so much content that we don't even need replay value. If you want to replay the game, that's up to you, but it shouldn't be because you missed something small and you didn't get a true ending. And by the way, the true ending is typically the canonical ending. Now here's an example. I'm not gonna spoil the game or anything, but in Shin Megami Tensei 4, I thought I was doing the neutral route because I tried to be neutral and stuff, but lo and behold, the whole mechanic of neutral, bad, and good is very complicated, but they added more complicatedness to it by not having a gauge on where your morality is and what you have to do to get the neutral ending. You actually have to have a wiki next to you to make sure you answer all the questions right. So all that, what I'm trying to say is they don't give you any indication on where your alignment is. And it's annoying because the game is beefy. I put over 100 hours into it. But what really bothered me was the sequel to Shin Megami Tensei 4 is banked off the neutral ending in Shin Megami Tensei 4. So the neutral is a canonical ending, but it makes it so hard for you to get the damn ending. Now, I don't mind multiple endings if it's like triangle strategy where there's clearly different sides to choose, but when everybody is in the same party doing the same adventure, there shouldn't be multiple endings. That's just BS. So number 2 is bosses that spawn other monsters while in a boss fight, and they have immunity to all the stat ailments. It's already enough to deal with multiple forms of bosses, but it is even worse when they spawn their little cronies to do their bidding. Not only are the cronies annoying, I hate that because you have your whole squad ready to beat the boss, it's supposed to be mano a mano, and then he just brings his cronies with him. That's not fair. That's not fair. Now you potentially have to split your party, one to take care of the cronies, and the other ones to keep heal. It's a lot, and I hate when they do that because it's annoying. It's I'm supposed to be beating the boss, and in most cases, once you beat the cronies, he'll probably respawn some more or heal them. And that's really annoying because I want to finish the boss. Now the other thing I want to touch on is when the boss is immune to any stat ailments. It's what is the point of me of learning all this stat ailment stuff if the boss is immune? You know what I mean? Now I understand spells that insta-death, that might be a problem with the boss, but not poison, paralysis, sleep, bleed. They should affect the boss too, because it's a status ailment. And the funny thing is, they throw it at me, and I'm affected by it, and it's so annoying. Alright, coming in at number 3, we have cumbersome, clunky, junky UIs that have menus within menus within menus, I don't like to see it. It's kind of overwhelming. It reminds me of the old school RPGs on the PC where you had a lot of stuff going on, which was good at its time. But nowadays, it should be pretty easy, streamlined, fashionable even. So the purpose of a menu in RPGs and JRPGs, and any game really, is to facilitate your needs for your party members, XP, maps, quests, everything you name is probably in the menu. So when the menu looks ugly and clunky, there's a problem because you're gonna have to look at that and navigate through that throughout the whole game. And some of them could just be outright ridiculous. I want an easy to read UI to help me understand stats, equipment, and the amount of items you have. When a game has too many mechanics, it could really affect how the menu or the UI operates because it has to accommodate with all these different mechanics that honestly some really don't need. So the menu of a game should not be a difficulty curve of the game. The menu is there to aid you, not hinder you, to aid you. So if you have to go through multiple menus upon menus, that's not really helping you, and I hate when they do that. So number 4 on this list is dialogue that happens in battle, or when you're having a conversation with your party and an enemy comes in and it just disrupts the conversation. Now this happens a lot in action JRPGs where you're trying to beat the boss or beat the enemies and they're having a heart-to-heart chat, or they're saying all the lore and stuff. I'm like, can we all just finish this first and talk later, please? Because number 1, the battle music is really loud in a lot of RPGs and JRPGs. Number 2, I'm trying to beat the boss. My mind is not on the text, if there's text, or just hearing it. I'm not able to really absorb what they're saying and the impact it does. And number 3, sometimes you beat the boss early and they're not able to finish this groundbreaking, lore-breaking thing that they're trying to say. And it breaks the whole game up. Because as a lore junkie, I like to get every sentence of lore that there could be. And when it's in battle, I could barely hear it, or I'm not really as paying attention. And it's very annoying. So I hope that they stop that because that's not a good way to tell a story. And for my number 5 pick is when experience is not shared with non-active party members. This could be really annoying because you want all your members to be around the same level, and I really don't like when the game forces you to switch between party members just so they could get some XP. Now some games try to mitigate it by giving more XP to the people in the party that are out and give partial XP to the non-active ones, which I think it's a good compromise because they weren't in action, but they still get a little bit of experience, so they're not like under leveled. You don't have to go through what I call babysitting them, which is a low level character needs to level up, so you put them in your party, but if they get hit once they die and they don't even get XP when they die. So the other party members have to put in the work to level up this character, and it can be really, really annoying. So I really hate when they don't put experience points to all the party members because it's annoying and it could get into a real grind fest that's not even fun because you have to get every character up to par, and you're gonna let some characters just like stay level 1, and that's not really fair to that character. So this whole XP just for the party members is kind of BS. Oh, and side note, I really dislike when a party member dies like towards the end and then everyone gets the experience except for the party member that died right there. They still did the battle, they still helped, they still contributed, but they get no XP. And I'm like, that pisses me off so much. So that was the end of the video. I had fun ranting on one of my favorite genres, and it still is. It's just nothing's perfect, and it's fun to just air out the frustrations that you have in your genre of choice and what you don't like about it, as well as what you do like about it. So I know 100% that there's pet peeves that I have not listed. So if you have a pet peeve in RPGs or JRPGs, please tell me in the comments down below. I would love to hear them and laugh at them of like, oh yeah, I do hate that kind of vibe. If you like this video, hit that like button, and if you like my channel and would love to see more, please consider subscribing. On the way to 5K, let's go. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and as always, play a good game. Peace, peace.